Why should I be humble? The amount of people that have come to me and said, oh, you need to humble yourself. About what? Or why are you still talking about this? Because y'all still talking about this. Why are you still defending yourself? Because you're still coming at me. I'm a director, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a creator. It would have been flawless. It would have been fierce. It would have been wonderful. It would not have been no bullshit like whatever dumbass did it. Period. I've gone out there and I've told who I am when I did not have to. I've been very honest about my life and about who I am from the very beginning.
Cam Newton, former NFL star quarterback who now is a content creator. Bruh does a sports podcast on his channel, and from time to time he does interviews with celebrities, internet personalities, or just people he wants to talk to on his channel. Now, recently Cam decided to platform and interview Jussie Smollet. Now, that's a name that a lot of people do not like, and if you want to know why, let's rewind. Back in 2015, Jussie Smollett was an actor on a hit TV show back in the day called Empire. In the show, he played a popular music label owner's gay son. Well, in real life, when he wasn't acting, Jussie started to think about how he was going to transition his career from being an actor to being some type of gay activist speaker personnel. This is when he came up with the sloppy plan to stage a hate crime against himself, claiming that he was attacked outside of a Chicago hotel by two racist homophobic white men who also put a noose around his neck during the attack. Now, at first, when this news broke, everyone believed Jussie's story. Jussie even went as far as to fill out a police report involving this incident. Jussie started doing interviews. He even held a rally talking about this incident where he called himself the gay Tupac.
And above all, I fought the fuck back. I'm the gay Tupac.
But it didn't take long for the Chicago police to figure out that this attack that Jussie is going around claiming that happened to him was staged, and he was brought up on felony charges for falsifying a police report.
Actor Jussie Smollet is now in custody in Chicago. He is facing a felony charge for allegedly filing a false police report claiming that two men attacked him in a hate crime last month.
We learned this just moments ago. Police sources tell CNN that Smollett paid the two men to orchestrate the attack. Chicago's police chief will brief reporters later this morning ahead of Smollett's first appearance in court this afternoon. Our Ryan Young is live in Chicago with all the breaking details. Ryan, now in custody.
Yeah, John, such a strange story. The last time we joined you at the 5 o'clock hour, who knew that this was going on? In fact, he turned himself in. I'm told from sources that he will have to talk to detectives first before being brought to this courthouse. What a strange ending to this entire story. Jussie Smollett going from an alleged victim to a suspect in a possible felony, with Chicago police saying that the Empire actor filed a false police report when he claimed these two men attacked him last month while hurling racist and homophobic slurs.
I don't have any doubt in my mind that that's them. Never did.
Authorities say the brothers testified before a grand jury on Wednesday for 2.5 hours. Their lawyers telling reporters that the men were paid by Smollett to carry out the attack.
There was a point where this story needed to be told, and they manned up and they said, you know what, we're going to correct it.
Now, Jussie was ultimately found guilty for paying two Nigerian black men to attack him in Chicago in like 10-degree weather while there was cameras around. And he told them to put a noose around his neck so it would appear as if he was attacked by some racist white men, and so that he can further stage this as a hate crime. Now Jussie's conviction was eventually overturned. It was not overturned because he was found innocent somehow. It was overturned because the original state attorney had agreed that they would drop the charges if Jussie forfeit over his $10,000 bond and do community service. And I believe Jussie was also ordered to pay the investigation fees. Basically, he had to pay the police back for the money and resources they used to investigate what had happened to him. So after the original agreement in the case, a new DA had took office, and once this new DA had took office, they went back to bring up charges on Jussie, ultimately for the same case. Now, Jussie's lawyer was able to argue that it would be unconstitutional to refile charges on Jussie after agreement had been had, and the Supreme Court judge had ruled in Jussie's favor that that was actually unconstitutional. constitutional. Which brings us back into present day. When you have a narcissist like Jussie, even when they're caught red-headed in a lie, all they need is a little wiggle room to try to twist and change the narrative.
Minimize ourselves, to make us not speak up, and to feel like, oh, well, if you speak up for yourself, if you defend yourself, you're not being humble. Why should I be humble? The amount of people that have come to me and said, oh, you need to humble yourself. About what? About what? Or why are you still talking about this? Because y'all still talking about this. Why are you still defending yourself? Because you're still coming at me. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? This could have been a lot easier had I actually done this. Because the way that it works is you admit it, you do this, you do that, you make a donation, you do that, whatever the fake Hollywood thing is that you do. But I don't know how to do that.
Bruh out here talking about he don't know how to fake it is crazy. But this is what a narcissist and a manipulative person looks like. This is how they try to get you to feel sorry for them by playing victim, even after they are the one that caused all the turmoil and confusion.
Question everything. Question everything. Question why a police department has an entire PR department. Why would they need that? Just question things.
Because when I see this situation, and I haven't really delved into the actual situation yet, but it's like, let's call a spade a spade. Double minority, you got a lot of things going against you. Oh man, we support you. Are you all right? Those stereotypical, energies that people may give off, the interview comes out. And now the same people are now looking at you through a different lens or through a different assumption.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. So anything you say, and then also, again, it goes back to what you said at the top of the interview, where it's like it all depends on the edit. I've never seen something where, because I've done so many interviews in my life, but none of them have been like really emotional interviews because they didn't have to be.
For sure. For sure.
And so sitting there and doing that interview and then looking back and I'm like, so that doesn't look honest though, because they cut out the breath of air. You know what I mean? Like they cut out that. So it's like, they're not tracking the actual line of emotions.
What led
You know
to
what I
that?
mean?
And this is why people are starting to come after Cam Newton online. It's not because he decided to interview Jussie, but it's how he chose to interview Jussie. It feels like Cam is trying to help Jussie change the narrative, saying things like, man, being a double minority must have made it hard for you to get your story out there and get the truth out there. Cam let this man sit up here and say that people didn't believe him because the news made edits. The news had edited out a breath of fresh air that Jussie taken right before he started crying, which made the viewers think that Jussie cry was fake.
The $1 million question that anybody would want to ask, are you still sticking with the story?
There is no story. Are they still sticking with the story? I've stuck with the truth the entire time. Now, there have been things that with me telling the truth that people will, because it's like, I remember it being where they were like, oh, he did a hoax. And I was like, I did not. And then they're like, well, he was buying cocaine. And I was like, oh, my bad. You know what I mean? Like, that was true. That was true. Or they're like, oh, he did it. No, I did not. I set up some bullshit. And I was really a dumb to do some shit like that. I'm a director. I'm an actor. I'm a writer. I'm a creator. It would have been flawless. It would have been fierce. It would have been wonderful. It would not have been no bullshit like whatever dumbass did it, period. Now, whoever really did it, congratulations to them because they actually got away with it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, do not come at me like I'm some complete idiot. I'm a very intelligent man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Humble, all of those things.
Yeah.
But come on, I'm an intelligent man. I stand in who I am. I've gone out there and I've told who I am when I did not have to. I did not have to. I've been very honest about my life and about who I am from the very beginning of my career when I didn't have to do that because there's a lot of people that don't. They don't have to do that. So it just doesn't run with the history of me. It doesn't run with who I've ever been.
So basically, Jussie want us to believe that the whole time he was telling the truth. Because if he was lying and staging a fake attack, because he's an actor and a film director, it would have been a flawless fake. And no one would have been able to tell that he was faking. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments. You know I'm going to ask you to subscribe, like, and share this video because it's free to show love. And you made it this far in this video for a reason. And until the next video, have a blessed day. Peace.